What's going on, guys, and welcome to episode number 6 in the Mach 1 Mustang series. I'm super excited for this one. You guys kept recommending that I should order a Marti report for the Mustang, and I did that a few weeks ago, and it has finally arrived in my inbox, and we're going to print it off, go to the car, and take a look and talk about some of the features and unique things that this specific car would have had. In the Marti report, I did get the deluxe one, so it has some statistics and things. So that's going to be really cool to take a look. Now, I know many of you were expecting this to be stripping out some interior from the car, but to be honest with you guys, I've been kind of sick over the last few weeks. I've had to go to the hospital and have several different tests done and whatnot, so I'm just not feeling up to it today. But I thought this would still be a really cool video to make. I promise everybody's saying we want to see you get your hands dirty. We need to see you wrenching some on the car. I promise it's coming very soon. I'm super excited about doing that stuff too. But what we're going to do, print off the Marti report, take a look at it, and then I also think that we could talk about the actual realistic game plan for this car. I can show you guys where we're going to be working on it. We had to clear out some space and things for the car, and we can just talk about that stuff and then talk about the Marti report and the features and whatnot. So you know what, let's print it off and let's head over there. We finally made it to the Mustang, guys, and I actually have a camera person with me today. My wife is actually recording everything for us, and I've got the deluxe Marti report with me. And like I said, I've looked it over a little bit, but I've not looked at the details just yet because I want to do that with you guys. And we're going to find out on the car what it originally had from the factory. This thing fully breaks it down, and you guys know because you're the ones who told me about it. I'd never heard of this before. So I'm gonna put up like a visual up on the screen. I don't want to be trying to show the actual paper to you guys, but I'm gonna reference it. And what I want to do is just walk around the car a little bit and just talk about the Marti report, like I said, and what it had from the factory. So right out of the gate, we already knew 1970 for the VIN number where it decodes it. Built at Metuchen, which I think is a place in New Jersey where they manufactured and put together a lot of these Mustangs back in the day. It does say Mustang Mach 1, so there were people that did say that this wasn't a true Mach 1. I know, like I mentioned, you could get kits and different things, but it'd be hard to fake it and put a lot of the things on this one that are on it. So it is a true Mach 1, so that's good news. M code, so 351 4-barrel. It was manufactured in December 1969. Grabber orange paint. So this Mustang was actually originally Grabber orange. I don't know if, I think that might be kind of similar to this color that we see here, but I honestly don't know for sure. I'll put up a picture of it up on the screen of what the Grabber orange is. This hood is definitely not the original hood, I think, that would have been on this car, because you can actually see some places here where it's green, and then I don't even know what this is. This is almost a red color. But I did notice on here, when we get down to features that this car was equipped with, it had a shaker hood. And I don't know if that's what this is on the top. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comment section. You guys have been helping out so much on these that I don't know if this would be a shaker hood. I thought for a shaker hood that part of it actually came up through it, but maybe that is what this is. Just let me know if you guys don't mind in the comment section. It shows here it was black knit vinyl bucket seats. So I think these are the seats that would have originally came in this. When I read black knit vinyl Mach 1 bucket seats, that's what this makes me think of. So it looks like this is probably the original seats that were in it. Same for the back too, those crazy Mustang seats that look super uncomfortable, but I guess you were going for coolness factor. You weren't hauling around a bunch of people in the back. FMX select shift automatic transmission. So you can see we did know it was an automatic already. I think the FMX is a 3-speed, if I'm not mistaken. I've been doing a little bit of research on this thing, so maybe I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. It does say on there that this car was sent to a dealership in Georgia. So I think it was manufactured in New Jersey and then sent to Georgia to be put up for sale. Now, the really exciting stuff that I wanted to get to was the features that this car was equipped with from the factory. So it says on here, black hood stripe from the factory. Again, I still think that this is a different hood that was put on it, not the original one that came with the car. So obviously that's not there anymore. Dual paint stripes. So it would have had the stripes on it. Also, you don't see that on the car anymore. But I don't know, I think, what do you guys think when I redo this thing? That was something I wanted to ask your opinion. Would you go with Grabber orange again? I think that I really do like that color, and I like the idea of the stripes. I'm not worried about making it factory original, but I think that would be pretty cool to do that. It says on here it would have had the E70 X14 belted white sidewall tires. I don't know how I really feel about those. Obviously, we know that it's not original tires on it, but I don't know how I feel about the white sidewall tires. It's kind of cool if you're trying to go back, like old school looking, but I don't really know how I feel about that. We talked about the Shaker hood scoop already. It does have power front disc brakes, which is a bonus. Power steering, air conditioner. So this car does, in fact, or did have air conditioning. We need to look, I actually might grab the camera for just a second. I noticed that when we were originally looking at the car, if you go inside, I noticed on here that it said AC. But to be honest with you, I thought that maybe it just said that, but it didn't actually have anything. Argent styled steel wheels. I did look those up. Again, I took a little peek just so I would know what I was talking about. I think actually that I'm gonna keep the American racing wheels, the daisies, as a lot of you guys call them. I kind of like the Argent styled wheels too, because that makes me think old school whenever I see those. But something about these wheels, I don't know, I just really like them a lot. I think I'm gonna try to maybe have them professionally redone if that's possible, and send them off and have them cleaned up and then reuse them. I don't think I'm gonna stick with this same tire size because this just looks crazy. I mean, there's no room here. But I do think that I'm gonna stick with the wheels because I like them a lot. This specific Mustang was one of 1,903 with this paint code. So I'm guessing with that specific color, with the Grabber orange, that number sounds low to me. But I guess back in the day, maybe they didn't manufacture as many cars as they do nowadays. So that could be the deal. 1,657 with this paint and trim code. 10,790 with that specific engine and transmission. So the 351 Cleveland 4-barrel with the FMX transmission. 1,471 ordered from this DSO. 9,312 with the Shaker hood scoop. So that's kind of it for the Marti report. It was cool. The Deluxe does give the little door sticker, I guess, basically, that would have been in there that shows the VIN and the body and the trim and the axle, transmission, all that cool stuff. So that was pretty neat to get that. So thank you guys so much for recommending the Marti report, because again, I had never heard of it before. So there are some things on this car that definitely could be original, and it's neat just to see the details, so I can go off of what the original color was, and if I want to go with that, and wheels and tires and all that good stuff. And the only other thing that I really wanted to talk about with you guys is there are a lot of people in the comment section that, and it's okay, I want people to express their opinion. There's been some awesome positive comments of people saying, yeah, cheering me on, you know, you guys can do this, and the helpful comments. But there's also a lot of people who doubt that this project can actually get completed. There's just no way. You don't have enough car knowledge. There's no way it's going to happen. And the analogy that I wanted to give to you guys is the way I'm approaching this car is I'm thinking of it as, let's say, a head football coach. They surround themselves with people who are knowledgeable in specific other fields. So there's a head coach, but then he hires, let's say, an offensive coordinator, a defensive coordinator, a linebackers coach, a safeties coach. So my idea with the car is I will reach out to professionals in their respective field to help me with things with the car. So for instance, with the engine, well, I'm not personally going to rebuild the engine. I'm going to contact somebody who can help me pull the engine, and then they're going to rebuild it for me. Somebody who can potentially redo the interior. I don't want to get in over my head on things that I know nothing about. Luckily, I have some common sense, and I'm willing to learn about cars, but I'm going to reach out to people to help me with stuff. And as I said, my younger brother has done body work on cars for years, so he can help me out with that. And a lot of people have said, you know, it's going to be an absolute money pit. There's no way you're going to be able to afford it. Luckily, again, I have people that are asking or saying, we will help you out with the car. We remember your dad riding around in this car. For those of you, some of you have told me that you're from Blount County in Maryville. You might remember Midland Shopping Center. Those of you that aren't from here have no idea what I'm talking about. But we'll take this car and cruise it around, and they'd like to see it on the road again. So I have people, luckily, that are going to help me out. And also, a lot of people have said, get this thing away from being outside. It's sitting out there in the elements still. We have a plan. It's just taking a little while for us to get it together. And I want to show you guys where we're going to be doing all of the work on the car. We're in the process of cleaning out a big giant garage that my dad had, and that's where we're actually going to complete the work. So I'm going to take you guys over there to wrap up the video and just show you where we're actually going to be completing all of the work on the Mach 1 Mustang. Now, as you guys can see, it's an absolute mess around here, but I promise you it looked much worse than this before. If you look at some older videos, look in the background, you can probably see this place has taken a lot of work to get everything cleaned up. But the idea, if you actually look, if you can pan out, my dad had this huge, massive garage because he did construction work, and he had built this garage to work on like heavy equipment, like high lifts and bulldozers, backhoes and all that stuff, and to work on his dump trucks and all that good stuff. And this thing was jam-packed. I'm talking to the brim with just parts and tools and all kinds of stuff. A lot of it, to be honest with you guys, has been garbage and just junk. But the idea is, once we get all of this finished up and cleaned up, there's probably a terrible echo in here, but the Mustang is actually going to come through and be parked somewhere in this general area. And like I said, guys, I know this isn't the most juicy, crazy video. I'm not getting my hands dirty. We're not wrenching bolts or anything like that, or pulling the engine, trying to start it. But I just want to show you guys my vision for this whole thing and how we're actually going to make it happen. So this garage is full of tools. I'm not short on tools to work on the car or anything like that. But once we clear this area out, we're going to pull the car and park it in here. That way we have something indoors. We've got some big old Mr. heaters, ready heaters, so we can try to keep warm, and we're going to try to cover up the doors and stuff. So we have somewhere indoors, kind of, sort of, technically, to work on the car, so we can work on it all year long. Because as you guys have probably been able to tell, it's freezing outside. That's kind of delayed some stuff. Me being sick has delayed some stuff. But I'm hoping over the next few weeks that we get to dive in and we can make some serious progress on it. So the idea for the next episode, number 7, is going to be to hopefully get the car pulled in here inside, and then we're actually going to start stripping some stuff. I'm going to pull out that nasty shag carpet, pull the seats out, start stripping things, take things out of the dash and whatnot. And you guys told me that there could possibly be a build sheet that's maybe like under the seat or made in the seat, and I really want to see if we can find that. That would be really cool. But I think that's actually it for this episode. Taking a look at the Deluxe Marti report for the car. It was so cool to look at the original stuff that was on it from the factory when the car was put together, looking at the statistics. And honestly, when I get home, I'm gonna kind of study that some more and look at everything. Thank you guys so much for all of the likes and the subs on the channel. These videos have been blowing up, and this is gonna be a really long series. We're gonna have a lot of fun and make some memories with this car. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that before you head out, and I'll see you in the next episode.